What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the do's and the don'ts of the loan process. There are things that you want to make sure you're doing as well as not doing in order to not affect anything during the process of acquiring your house. So let's get into each of these items and see what you need to watch out for. Let's get into that. All right, number one. This may seem a little self-explanatory, but make sure you stay current on all of your accounts, meaning don't have any late payments on credit cards, auto loans, anything like that, because that could affect you during the process. All right, one of the main don'ts on this list is do not deposit any large sums of cash into your bank account when going through this process. If you're one of those people that keep mattress money, so you have cash, actual physical cash stashed in a mattress or wherever, make sure you're not just depositing that cash for your loan during that actual process. You want to make sure you're discussing this with your actual loan officer and your real estate agent so they're aware that there is cash that you may need to use for the actual process. Do make sure you stay current on your mortgage and your rent payments. Don't assume because you are buying a new house that you don't need to make your rent payment or your current mortgage payment. These are going to be due every month. And so if there's any questions, make sure to contact your real estate agent or your loan officer. Another don't is do not apply or open any new credit accounts during the actual process. A lot of people will come to us and say, hey, we're about to close on the house, but we need a new fridge, we need a washer, we need a dryer, something like that. And they want to go and finance that through whoever the provider is. Make sure you're not doing that during the process because that could affect whether or not you're going to qualify for the actual home. If you have any questions, again, contact your loan officer or your real estate agent. Do make sure you are keeping current with your employer. Try your best not to change jobs during the actual process. This could cause delays in the actual process of closing on your mortgage because you would actually need to be at a new job for a certain time frame in order for you to qualify for the mortgage. So make sure you're staying at your current job while going through this process. Now this one may or may not be helped, but try your best not to transfer funds between account to account. A lot of the times we'll have people that need to move money around to do the down payment or any closing costs with one account rather than several. And this is okay. It's just going to cause more paperwork for your end. And so if you're able to keep all your funds in one bank account prior to, then that's going to make it easier for you and your actual mortgage lender itself. So again, this goes back and forth. If you do need to transfer funds, just make sure you're having that conversation with your loan officer because you are going to have to source where these funds are coming from. You're going to have to provide more and more bank statements and paperwork to do so. Make sure you're keeping all documentation to source any funds coming and going. Money is a huge thing during the process of buying a home, and sometimes people will go out and sell a car for their down payment or sell something during the process to come in with the cash to close. This is okay. Just make sure you're keeping and documenting everything that you can. Make sure you have a bill of sale. Make sure you document the transfer of the funds and everything that you can during the process to make it easier. Don't pay off any collections or charge-offs or anything like that on your credit without actually talking to your loan officer first. This could actually affect you and your credit score because when you do pay off a collection account, it does actually hurt your credit initially. So make sure you're having that conversation up front if you do plan on paying anything off prior to getting your mortgage. Surprisingly, this next one does come up quite often, but do make sure you're being responsive and sending all documentation as fast as possible. There's a lot of moving parts when you're getting a mortgage that you may or may not be aware of, and the faster that you can get documentation to us, the better. So make sure you keep that in mind. The moment we ask for something, try and get it to us as soon as possible. Don't be changing bank accounts during the process. Again, money is a huge thing on this list of do's and don'ts because that can cause most of the issues. If you decide to change banks, you're going to have to source everything that you change to. So to keep it simple, stay with your current bank until after you close on the home. A lot of us have busy schedules, especially with work, and there's not much we can do when we're working around that, but try and be as flexible as possible for all of your inspections, your home showings, and especially your closing appointment, especially with that because title companies, they are super backed up right now with all of their closings, and so they may only have a few availabilities for that particular day that you have contracted to close. So make sure if you need to take some PTO for that day so you can actually get to that signing appointment. Just be flexible with any appointment that is required during the process. Don't be surprised if we ask for more documentation. Guys, this is not us trying to be a pain in the butt. There are regulations that we have to abide by that are made up by the government, by Fannie, by Freddie, all of that. And we just have to get what they're requiring. So if we do ask for a lot of documentation, please don't be surprised. This is for your benefit so you can actually get the loan. So just get it to us as soon as possible, and don't be surprised if we ask for additional clarification on anything that is required. All right, guys, that is the do's and the don'ts of the loan process. Make sure you go back and rewatch this, maybe write some notes down so you know what to watch out for when going through the process. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to help. And please help me by liking and subscribing this video so more people can see the information provided. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.